What if I told you that you can build a $1,000 website with scroll animation for free? That's true because Vibe coding changed everything. And now you can build websites like this in minutes. In this video, I'll walk you through the exact steps and tools you need to build a website like this. Stick around because by the end, I'll also show you how to host it for free. For this video, I'm going to build a fan-made FIFA World Cup website. Now, there are two ways you can approach this. First option, just open Google Antigravity and start building directly. But if you're planning to build something bigger, multiple sections, lots of elements, a complex layout, I'd say figure out the design first. Because without a design locked in, you'll go back and forth constantly. And trust me, that gets annoying fast. So just to give you an idea of how Stitch works, I'm going to quickly show you that part. And then we're jumping straight into Antigravity to build the website from scratch. This is Google Stitch. It's completely free and runs directly in your browser. The way it works is simple. You describe what you want, and it generates a visual design for you. Since I'm creating a design for a website, I'll select Web, enter my prompt, which is about creating a dark theme FIFA fan concept website with 4 sections: Home, Teams, Host, and Shop. I'll select 3.1 Pro and send. Stitch builds the design system, gives us the color palette, and creates the images that'll be used on the website. Then it starts generating the screens, and once it's done, here's how it looks. It's pretty solid for a first attempt, but if you look closely, there are a few things that need to be fixed. In the home section, the trophy is sitting inside a white box, which doesn't look good. I wanted it directly on the dark background. The Teams section has a white background, which is inconsistent with the rest of the design. And in the host section, there's no actual map outline, just some random dots floating around. I'm going to tell Stitch to fix all of this with one prompt. Let's see what comes back. Now look at this. The trophy is now on the dark background, but there's still a bit of white space I'll clean up later. The team section is dark now, consistent with the rest, but the map is still off. It gave us some random outline that doesn't actually look like North America. So this is where I take a different approach. I'm just going to get that map created separately. I went to ChatGPT, gave it a prompt asking for a minimalist dark map of the USA, Canada, and Mexico, with all 16 host city locations highlighted as glowing gold dots. And this is exactly what came back. Perfect. Map is ready. Now, if you want to carry this design forward into your IDE, Stitch makes that easy. Just hit the export button, you'll see a bunch of options, and I'm going with the zip option. It downloads all the files directly to your computer. Done. I showed you Stitch so you know this option exists, and you can use it when you're building something more complex and want your design locked in before you touch any code. But for my website, I'll be working directly in Antigravity, so I'll go to Google and download Antigravity IDE. Think of it as your personal developer. You explain in plain English what you want, and it writes the entire code for you. No coding knowledge needed. First thing, create a new project. I'll click here and name it FIFA Website. Once your project is set up, you'll see a chat interface on the right side. This is where you talk to Antigravity and tell it exactly what to build. Now I'm going to give it one prompt describing everything I want. All 4 sections, the design, the navbar, everything. And look at what Antigravity did here. Before writing a single line of code, it went ahead and generated all the images the website needs on its own. That right there is what makes this tool different. Once the images were ready, it moved into development, defined the website structure, created the files, index.html, style.css, and script.js. And now it's telling me I can view the website by opening the index file directly in my browser. Let's look at it. Home section. The trophy is centered on a dark background with a tagline and 2 buttons, exactly as we described. This is a static image for now. We'll be adding scroll animation to this later, so stick around for that part. Moving on to the Teams section, we've got 12 groups with flags. If you open any group card, it lights up. But 2 things need fixing. The groups aren't the actual FIFA 2026 groups, and I want each team to show their FIFA ranking when you hover over the name. Instead of giving both changes in one prompt, I'm doing them separately. The more you throw at these tools at once, the higher the chance something breaks. First, the hover interaction. I gave Antigravity a prompt with all the FIFA rankings. It went into script.js, made the changes. And now when you hover over any group card, you can see each team's flag, name, and current FIFA ranking in the tooltip. Exactly how I wanted it. Second, the groups themselves. Antigravity had used random teams. Obviously not accurate. So I went back and gave it a prompt with all the correct FIFA World Cup 2026 groups, all 12 of them, every team in the right place. It analyzed the index.html file, updated all the team data, and now we have the correct groups, exactly as they are in the real tournament. Teams section is done, but a website with just static sections isn't really that impressive. What makes a website stand out is when things move, and that's exactly what we're doing next. First, I need a video of the trophy. I'm going to Google Flow, uploading a trophy image with a black background directly into it, and giving it a detailed prompt describing the exact animation I want. I also have a few settings here: number of generations, orientation, and model. I tried a few variations, and after a couple of runs, I got one that felt right. Once the video is ready, I'm heading over to a free tool called EasyGIF. This is where we extract the frames. I'll go to their video to image option, upload the video, select the portion I want, and set the frame rate to 30 frames per second. Once I hit extract, it pulls out individual frames, basically breaking the entire video down into a series of images. Then I download all of them as a zip file. Each one of these images is one moment from that trophy video, and when we play them in sequence as the user scrolls, it's going to look like the trophy is actually moving on screen. I move the frames folder into my website project folder, head back into antigravity, and give it a prompt to implement the scroll animation using these frames. What antigravity does here, it creates a canvas element on the homepage, preloads all the frames into memory, and uses a library called gsap to sync the frames with the scroll position. And once it's done, just look at this. As you scroll, the trophy literally comes to life. This is the same website we built with a single prompt, and now it has a full cinematic scroll animation on the homepage. Honestly, when I saw this for the first time, I was genuinely surprised at how good it looked. One thing worth mentioning, I didn't use all the frames from the video. The original video had a dark intro sequence at the start that was creating a lot of empty black space before the trophy even appeared. So I trimmed it down and only kept the frames where the trophy is actually visible and moving. Home section is done, but we still have the host section. It's just showing a map placeholder. I'll go into antigravity, tell it to replace the placeholder with the map image I already have in the project folder. And there it is. The map is in, and it looks really good. 3 nations, 16 host cities, all marked with those glowing gold dots. Scrolling down to the shop section, I'm happy with this one. Antigravity generated all the product images on its own, everything with prices and add to cart buttons. The dark background and gold accents tie it all together really well. Website is ready. Last thing left, getting it live. And this part is free too. First option is GitHub and Vercel. You push your project to a GitHub repository, connect it to Vercel, and Vercel automatically deploys it and gives you a live link. This is the more professional approach. Every time you update your code, Vercel automatically updates the live website as well. Second option is Netlify. You just drop your project folder in and it gives you a live URL. I'll show you this one. Search Netlify on Google. Open the first link. You can build directly inside Netlify using an AI agent, connect a GitHub repo, or just upload your project files. We're going with the simplest option, upload project files. Select your folder, drop it in, and Netlify does the rest. Share the link and anyone in the world can open your website. No hosting charges, no domain cost, completely free. Let me quickly recap what we actually did here. We started with Google Stitch to get a visual idea of how the website should look. Then we jumped into Google Antigravity and built the entire website using plain English. Then used Google Flow to create a cinematic trophy video and used those frames to build a scroll animation on the homepage. We used ChatGPT for map and dropped it into the website. And finally, deployed everything live on Netlify for free. Now try this yourself, and I bet you'll figure out even more interesting things. If you found this video helpful, drop a like and hit subscribe. See you in the next one.